Welcome to another episode of Ignite, Empower, Transform, where we interview and discuss with our superheroes in the Bronx what they do for our communities and how they uplift our children. Today we have the pleasure of talking to Coach
Thomas.
Wow. Coach Thomas of the Bronx Giants. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Coach, as I always do with all my shows, I like to just get right into it, and I want you to tell me who you are and why you started this program.
Well, my name, as you mentioned, Thomas Wilder. I actually started the program, the Bronx Giants Youth Football and Cheer. We're a 501(c) organization that we really want to make sure that the kids get all they can out of a program like ours. Because the one thing we want to do is make sure that they, stay straight and go, straight and narrow. We focus on academics as a football organization and cheer program because we feel that is a way of getting the kids ignited and excited to empower them to want to be their best at all times, on the field and off the field.
So what made you start this program?
So I have two sons who actually play football. When they were 8 and 12, they wanted to play football. At the time, we had a program we were in, and the program went under. So I decided, rather than leave my kids to not have a place to play football, I decided to do the Bronx Giants. So I started the program, and it was just one team. So over the past 5 years now, we've grown to from 5-year-olds all the way up to 16-year-olds. So I really want them to be part of a program that was beneficial all the way through.
And I know you have the football and the cheer, but I understand the football is a co-ed participation. It's not just boys. It's
Absolutely. In fact, my youngest daughter is actually playing football. She wanted to play football, and I said, yeah, sure, why not? She's built for it. She gets to training. She's fast. And prior to her, I had another lady by the name of Cassie Pena. She graduated from our program and went into football at a local high school, Brooklyn Tech.
So she played
football there.
What position did she play?
She played wide receiver.
Yeah. Pretty successful.
Very, very nice. She was a good athlete. She still is a good athlete. In fact, she's about to go to college.
Is she planning on playing in college?
She planning on playing in college as well.
Pretty good. We need to root her on.
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me give me a little bit of your background. I understand the program, but give me a little of your background, what you do in the community, and what part of the Bronx community you do it in. So
we're located at East Gun Hill Road, 800 East Gun Hill Road in the Bronx. And what we do is we are part of that community. We partake in so many different events. We do the Bronx Week Parade. We do the Orchard Beach Cancer Walk for kids, and every year we partake in that, as well as other social and definitely community events. One of the councilmen has a community event every year where the cheerleaders go and they actually perform. They're highlighted at this event because they're youth. So we want to give them the best they can get out of our program.
And what kind of support do you get from other, or do you get support from other community-based organizations?
Yeah, so we have with the Bronx parades. They love to invite us. We have the Yankee Stadium Youth Day where they allow us to come out, and all our kids get on the field, meet some of the players. We partake in a parade. They give us some benefits as far as tickets. So this, it shows the kids that they can actually do more than be part of the community, and they can be more than just football and cheerleading.
That's very important. How do the children take to the program? How do they get in first, and then once they're there, how do they take to it? Because I know it takes discipline and it takes determination to be in here. And just from your character, I realize you're not going to take a lot of nonsense, but you can be soft on them at the same time. How do you work with these kids?
Well, the first thing, we want to make sure the kids know that they come into a program, it's about discipline. We believe that discipline allows them to be, very good on the field as well as off the field.
Okay.
So that when they transcend that into just, doing academics, we focus on academics. We want to make sure the kids are doing well in school. So if they're not a student, they can be a B student. But we want to see what we need to do to get it up to an A student.
Okay.
We get into the program. The way they get into the program, we do have our website. We get into. They can go to, which is www.bronxgiants.com.
Okay.
You go there. They can actually, register online, or they can contact me directly at 646-400-8121. And just to mention that, our program runs successfully because we have a bunch of great volunteers. We can't do it alone.
Right.
I can never do anything alone. So
Right.
I give credit to a lot of the people that help, and some of them are here with me today.
You can name them if you want to.
Yes, I have Leslie Caron here. I have Coach Anthony, who's our coordinator, a defensive coordinator, and all our coaches. We have Coach Dion, we have Coach Jay, we have Coach Joe. We have a lot of coaches that are doing well on and off the field. They don't just coach, they mentor.
Okay.
And that's the one thing we want to make sure we mention to all the people that want to be part of a great program.
Mm-hmm.
Come out to the Bronx Giants, and you'll see what we're talking about with our program.
Now, do you have any parent participation?
Oh, well, the parent participation is very engaging. They are at practice. We mandate that each parent do 5 hours of volunteer work.
Very good.
So that actually gets them involved in the kids and get to know the other kids, not only their own, they get to know the other kids in the program.
You're building that village.
Building that village,
Right.
Exactly. Because it takes, what it takes to
raise
raise a child.
To raise a child,
There you
exactly.
go.
So one of the things my producer, Jose Gavan, and I always talk about is the fathers. Because as people of color, we get a lot of flack about our men are not in the communities and not helping our boys, not raising our boys to be men, which I think you and I and he know that that's not necessarily true. How do you? Is it a matter of convincing these fathers to join, or they're just ready and they're just active? Like, how does that dynamic work?
Well, the thing is, we have some single parents. That's a fact.
That's a fact, absolutely.
We do have the team dads where they come out and they get on the field.
Good.
And they're ready to go. It's not a lot of that, pulling teeth. No, these fathers are ready to go. Coach, what can I do to help?
Right.
Although it's my son, in fact, each coach, most of the coaches we have a son on the team.
Good.
And that helps them to get involved. When Coach Anthony first came on board, his son was on as well, and my son as well. My son right now is, at Brunswick High School.
Okay.
Where he graduated from our program.
Is that in Greenwich?
That's in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah, my daughter actually goes to school in Greenwich.
Okay, so he's following the footsteps of his older brother.
Okay.
And so
it's a pretty good school.
It's an excellent school,
I'm very familiar with it.
And he actually got there because of his good grades and his work ethic. And we have to make sure that every child has that opportunity to come from our program and go into a program and go to a school that's really good, where they can advance. And in fact, we have some more successful stories I'd like to just mention quickly to you. That we have Christian Anderson, who graduated from our program, went to Cardinal Hayes, and now he's on his way from Cardinal Hayes to play for the Army.
Nice. Very nice.
And my son as well, my oldest son, as I said, I have two. He's actually received a scholarship for the University of New Hampshire. So the possibilities are there for all kids. We want that for the kids. That's our goal and our vision for the kids, to empower them to be their best. Okay. And and we like to say something that if they can believe it, they can achieve it.
That's very true, and it's a blessing that you drill this into these young people at this stage, because it's always hard for them to understand that when they don't know more than their neighborhood. It's important for us as adults who have gotten out and seen the world a little bit to bring it back and instill in them that there's a whole lot more than your neighborhood. That's really important. What is your vision for your program? I know you said you've gone from one team to 5, but what is your vision in the next couple of years? How do you see this growing or not?
Well, I would love to see it grow even more. So I love to get more support, corporate support. As I said, we're 501c3. We can always expand and get, more people on board. One of the things that you mentioned was that we want to be a program that will take kids from being where they are now to better high schools. We want to bridge the gap between being a good football player with bad grades to being both equally the same and great. So you're going to have great academics, great athlete, put them together, and the sky's the limit for that type of person. We want every student athlete to come through our program to be that way.
That's excellent.
And the one thing we do want to do is show them that it's possible. We do have where we definitely had some kids come through, and the success stories are there. So we just want to expand on that. We just want to have more and more and more success stories for them.
Okay.
Out of a program like ours.
And how often are they engaged in games and practices? How often do you have? Because today's children, as far as their academics, what they bring home from school, it's a lot. I know just with my two young ladies, their workload is just tremendous at times. How do you balance that time with practice, with games? Are you guys traveling? Are you local? What are you doing?
Yeah. So the thing we do for the program, we are at practice Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually 7 to 9 p.m. That gives them enough time for when they leave school to do their homework before practice. We give them a regimen.
Gotcha.
We want to make sure they know that you do your homework before you get to school, before you get to practice, and then once you get to practice, you're safe in that environment.
Understood.
And then you practice. Once you're done with practice, then you go home. You eat, wash, done. The day is done for them. So they follow that routine, and pretty much that's how they do it. But we also have Saturday practices where we have longer days. Okay. So we have 10 to 2 on Saturdays, where we take them through a bunch of drills and we get them physically fit for the upcoming season. During the season, what we do is we play 8 games. We have an 8-game season, and half of them are away and half of them are at home.
Okay.
The one thing about, like you said, being away from other areas, we'll travel to Jersey. Sometimes we'll travel to Philly to get a good game in.
Okay.
So, and most kids haven't been out of New York, or the Bronx, or even New York, period.
Absolutely.
So that gives them an opportunity to experience things that they haven't experienced before. We'll play, a game, and then we'll go have an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Gotcha.
And they love it. And they get back on the bus and they sleep.
Of course. So how do you finance those journeys?
Well, the thing is that we actually, we go fundraising. We try to get as many donations as possible, but most of the time we do have fundraisers that help to finance that.
Okay, and is the community? Is the community putting back into these kids like they should?
We're reaching out.
Because you're talking to the community now.
Right, we're reaching out. We'd love to hear that the community want to support us, and we definitely can use some more support. Okay. Absolutely.
Well, I think in an effort to make sure that happens, the schools. I think the schools are a good foundation where these children can start pitching. Wearing their jerseys and things like that. Right. I think that's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
To have the kids out there show, and this way to grow the program. I think that's something you can do. So, in all of this, how do you maintain your personal space? Because that's a lot.
No, absolutely it is. Again, I support. I lean on my support. I know what I can do.
Okay.
I don't take too much on. Because I'll be burnt out.
Gotcha.
However, I do know that, in managing, that I could take certain things on. But then I have the incredible help and the support I have supportive parents, the staff. They're just great. They do anything that we need done for the kids.
Okay.
And sometimes we do, we all have to come together and build that relationship to make it stronger.
So here's a question I like to ask you that I ask most of the guests. We say we highlight our superheroes If you had to give yourself a superhero name, what would it be, and what would be your superpower?
Wow, superhero. Yeah, that's a good question. So what I would probably say is that opportunity.
Okay.
I give kids the opportunity to be at their very best.
Okay.
I don't have a name for that, but I guess
That's fine.
That's good.
That's fine. It gives me the answer I need.
Yeah.
So what would be your kryptonite? What would be the one thing you say, you know what, this is that one thing that gets me every time, and I need to learn how to adjust to this?
I want everything for the kids. I want everything. And sometimes I have to say I can't. I have to narrow it down. Sometimes I want more for the kids than some of the parents.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not. But I
thing.
really want things that I want that kid to be super. I want that to be as high as they can go.
Well,
I want them to empower themselves to know that they can go as high as they can go.
And with the success stories that you shared, the couple of children that you have off in college, I mean, you're showing that they're getting that success, they're getting what they need, and I'm sure they appreciate it. And then one day they're going to come and give back. So that's the great asset that you're putting out there.
Yes.
I definitely want to thank you for coming through and sitting and chatting with us. Is there any closing remark you want to make before we transition?
Well, I would like to say, thank you for having me here. Talk about the Bronx Giants youth football and cheer. We can be reached by, the website, which is bronxgiants.com. Or me personally, 646-400-8121. I like to say that everybody should come and join my program, our program, because we have a bunch of staff members, great coaches. We care about the kids. Those are things that we offer.
Gotcha.
We offer that.
And I'm sure after viewing this, people will join you. Coach Thomas,
Awesome,
it was a pleasure
thank
speaking with you.
Very much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
At this point, we're going to transition to a commercial break, and when we come back from that commercial break, we'll have Rebekah, who will be sitting with some of the Bronx Giants players. Thank you.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That would be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you going to make of me?
Welcome to another segment of Ignite, Empower, Transform. Today we have players from the Bronx Giants. Please introduce yourself, your age, and what school do you go to?
My name is Alexis Wilder. I'm 9 years old, and I go to PS 76, the Bennington School. My name is Kristen Corum. I'm 8 years old, and I go to Bronx Charter School for Better Learning.
My name is Xavier Simon. I'm 13, and I go to Democracy Prep, Harlem Prep Charter School.
My name is Nicholas Palomino. I'm 13 years old, and I go to Bronx Math.
My name is Gabriel Rodriguez. I'm age 10, and I go to Icon Charter School 5.
Thank you. What is your position in the program?
I'm wide receiver and running back. I'm quarterback, running back, and lineman.
I'm quarterback, running back, and outside linebacker.
I'm a lineman.
I'm a lineman and center.
How long have you been in the program?
This is going to be my second year, my 5th year.
This is going to be my 4th year.
2 years.
3 years.
Thank you. Can you share some experiences that you've had?
I won Rookie of the Year for my first time playing. I won academic awards for 5 years.
My first year playing, I got MVP trophy.
I got Defensive Player of the Year for 14 years.
I got Defensive Player of the Year for my first time playing.
Thank you. Do you have any hobbies besides football?
I like running because I'm very fast and I like reading. I play basketball, soccer, and like reading.
I like playing football, playing video games, and doing my homework.
I like working out and playing football.
I like getting my education done and playing basketball.
Thank you. Who likes school more than football?
Not me, I like football more. I like football more.
I like school first because student athlete, school always had to come first.
He's right, school comes first and then football.
Academics always come first.
Thank you. Why do you like football?
I like football because I'm very fast and I like the competition because I'm fast and I like having competition and I like hitting. I like football because there's always a competition and you have to learn stuff to get better.
I like football because there's always a competition, and instead of being on the streets, you have football playing.
I like football because it's an aggressive sport and I like hitting with pads on.
I like to hit and I like to have pressure so you could be better.
Thank you. What would you like to do as a career?
I want to be a football coach because all the mistakes that I made, I can teach the kids not to make those mistakes. I want to be a civil engineer.
I want to be a football player because I have a lot of talent to show off.
I'm gonna try my best to go to college football and then go to the NFL.
I want to be an NFL player.
Thank you. Is there something else you would like to be when you grow up?
I will be a football player because I'm very fast and I have a lot of experience with sports. A football player because I have a lot of skills.
Football coach because I could teach other football player things that I've learned in the past.
I like cars, so I'll probably work as a auto mechanic.
I'll be a doctor because I have a lot of academics and education.
Thank you. Who is your favorite football player in the NFL?
Odell Beckham Jr., Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch.
Lawrence Taylor.
Marshawn Lynch.
I guess a lot of people like Marshawn Lynch. Do you have any closing remarks?
I hope you are welcome to the Bronx Giants and you and all bring all your family, friends, and come join us. No.
Come to the Bronx Giants because you'll benefit with a lot of things.
No.
Always have academics first before you play football. Athletes, students.
Thank you. How do you feel playing for the Bronx Giants?
Feels really good because I'm the only girl on the football team for this year, and I just like showing off my skills. It feels good because I was the youngest player on the football team.
Feels good because I could show off my skills a lot.
It feels good because I'm one of the best linemen in the team.
It feels good because I'm good at hitting and getting inside the quarterback zone and backfield.
Thank you for watching another episode of Ignite, Empower, Transform. See you soon. Take care. Giants, woo!
It's time we give back. So we see and show someone what love's at. Even if you don't give it up, give your heart and share your time. Help somebody else to give back. Let's give back. Now we give back. So we see and show someone where love's at. Even if you don't give a damn, give your heart and share your time.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.